When was the last time you felt alive, full of ideas and energy, and seemed to be on fire for your life? It's unreasonable to believe you'll feel this way all the time. And there may be a time or two throughout your life when you wake up and you feel stuck, off track, or stifled. Whether that is because you feel bored, overwhelmed, or you find yourself in a place that you just don't want to be, this can be highly demotivating. Maybe it's the job you're in, your work routine, or your relationship has you feeling blah. Whatever it is, you have the power to change it. So let's talk about a few ways you can jumpstart your energy, generate more ideas and possibilities, and ultimately get back on track. Go grab your favorite pen and pad of paper and let's get to it. Are you ready to feel less stressed, overwhelmed, and anxious? Do you wish you could be crazy confident in your ability to take on life's challenges? The Crazy Confidence Coach podcast is the go-to podcast for understanding and building self-esteem and confidence. You may be surprised how easy it is to make small life changes that add up to give you more confidence and create big results. If you have fear, anxiety, or overwhelm, that's okay, because we will talk about how you can stop letting it hold you back. Every person I know has struggled with confidence in some area of life. What area of life do you know you need to build more confidence? I promise you are not alone. I'm here to help you bridge that gap between who you are and who you want to be. Don't miss a single episode. You never know when a tip or trick that is shared will be your next big breakthrough. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Crazy Confidence Coach podcast, episode 34. I'm so excited you're here. Today, I'm talking about how to get back on track when you're feeling stuck. Well, I'm going to say something that may ruffle a feather or two. The feeling of being stuck is just a feeling. Unless you're tied to a tree or somehow you're physically detained, when we're feeling stuck, it's just an illusion created by our thoughts. I know that one is a tough one to swallow, but resist the urge to turn the podcast off or skip to the next podcast on your list. Stick with me here. This podcast could change your life. First, let me just say, I've been there many times actually, feeling stuck, demotivated, and lacking the energy or focus to do a darn thing about it. I can say with certainty, I strongly dislike that feeling. Let's take a second and think about how feeling stuck is created. What thoughts are you having when you feel demotivated and stuck? When you're feeling stuck, are you believing in all the possibilities that are available to you in your life? Nope, probably not. The truth is, when we lack the feeling of energy and excitement for our future, we shut down. We believe our brain when it tells us, you are stuck. You won't ever amount to anything. This relationship is awful. This job is so miserable. Then we put those thoughts on a loop, and the only thing that changes is how committed we are to believing those thoughts. If you want to break this cycle of being stuck, you have to break your pattern of thinking. You have to believe in the possibility of change. If you are listening right now and you're thinking, how in the world do I do that, Heather, if I'm stuck? Don't worry, I've got you. Here are just a few things you can do. First, write down the thoughts you're having when you feel stuck. What is making you feel stuck? Put down as much information as possible. What specific thoughts do you have while feeling this way? This will bring awareness to where your brain is making you believe you're stuck. And then while you're observing your thoughts, remember, your brain's job is just to keep you safe and alive. So some of the thoughts may be accurate while others are simply exaggerated or they're all out lies. By seeing them on the paper, you can become a true observer and decide, are my thoughts coming from facts? Most of the time, we aren't even aware of how creative our brain can be to keep us safe and keep us from taking action. Getting your thoughts out on that paper also frees up some space in your brain. It helps kind of make room for new thoughts, and new thoughts create new feelings. New feelings have the potential to create new action, which of course keeps you not being stuck. Number 2, for this next tip, ideally you'll prepare ahead of time. Create a list of activities ready to tap into when you're feeling stuck and unmotivated. On this list, you're going to include activities that give you joy and tend to refresh your mind and your body. When you feel stuck, pull out your list and do at least one of the activities on your list. Then just keep engaging in the activities on your list until you feel that energy shift. I have a list for this very thing. Here are the things, or at least a few of them, that are on my list. Creating something with my hands, like doing crafts or making something for someone, taking a hike in nature, grounding or walking barefoot in the grass and tending to my plants, listening to music. Okay, you get the idea. Prayer and meditation are fabulous too, but for me, prayer is already a daily habit for me, and it doesn't help me feel unstuck if I'm caught up in my brain. So you have to get to know yourself and do the things that help you. If you're currently feeling stuck and you haven't created your list yet, don't fret. Just sit down and start with a list of 2 or 3 activities that you think would help shift your energy. Here's some ideas: running, playing with your kids, taking a walk, working out, pickleball. This is your list. So get creative and think about what makes you feel refreshed. What activities get you out of your head and help you relax and be calm and feel less kind of caught up in your brain. Then number 3, be on the lookout and create room for possibilities. So what the heck does that mean? Think about it like this. When you're in your head and you're spinning about how stuck you aren't able to see what's outside of your current realm. The main objective here is to open your mind to the possibilities that could be. When you're stuck in your mind, your brain immediately shuts down all possibilities for change. So practice or dream about possibilities. What could help you be more energized and excited about your life today? What would help you feel less stuck? When your brain immediately shuts down those possibilities, thank your brain for preventing you from doing something dangerous, and then ask your brain, if this was possible, what would that look like? How could it be possible? Write down all that comes to your mind. You will find answers that they start coming to you even after you walk away from this exercise. It's kind of like magic. Your brain will keep feeding you answers as you go about your day. Number 4. The 4th thing you can do is to purposely do one thing a day that is different from what you have already been doing. Change it up. Consider not doing the things that you've always done. We aren't throwing everything out with the bathwater, so you're not changing everything. You're just picking one thing. We're just going to shake up things a little bit. So if you work out every morning, change it up and work out in the evening. If you and your hubby only go out on Saturday nights for dates, go out on Tuesday. Your date doesn't have to be 7 hours long. So it could be a walk around the neighborhood or a trip to visit a food truck for dinner instead of cooking. Especially if you need to include the kiddos, it is something that's different, but it allows you to be doing something out of the norm. If you have a pattern at work, restructure your day. What patterns do you have? And just shake up 1 or 2 and see what happens. We can get into a rut simply by doing the same thing over and over. You can always go back to your normal routine if you're a routine person when you aren't feeling stuck anymore, okay? Number 5, allow yourself to feel stuck. Feel all the feels. Feel sad, feel overwhelmed, feel stuck. How does that feel in your body? Does your heart race? Are you hot? Are you cold? Are you numb? Are you emotional? When you sit still and think about how stuck you feel, do you have a headache? Do you have the sensation of running away? Do you feel physically ill? When I coach clients about feeling what they're experiencing, I call it getting intimate with how they feel. Once you're intimately familiar with how it feels, you get to decide, do I want to continue to feel this way? If you do not, you get to choose to change how you feel. To change how you feel, it will require you to do one of the following. Change your thoughts, change your behavior, which is the actions you're taking, or a combination of the two, which is changing your thoughts and your behavior. It really is that simple. As Albert Einstein once said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Feeling stuck is part of life, but if you feel stuck often and you just aren't able to get yourself out of it, look, I can help you. Let's explore how coaching can change that for you. Thank you so much for joining me. Would you do me a huge favor? Will you share this podcast with 3 people you think might find the podcast helpful? To be totally honest, I have yet to meet one person who doesn't have at least one area of their life that couldn't use a crazy confidence boost. Hey, if you want to fast track your crazy confidence journey, let's hop on a call and figure out what's holding you back. Maybe you are struggling with feeling overwhelmed or feeling like you aren't enough. Do you want a big raise and don't know how to ask for it? Or are you just tired of feeling insecure with friends or your spouse? Whatever you're struggling with, I can help you. Go to www.thecrazyconfidencecoach.com to schedule your free discovery call today. Hope to see you here next week. Love you big.